Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Happy Friday for everybody that is tuning in. Before we get to the picks and the disaster that was last week, we will address it. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it as we continue to chase towards 20,000 subscribers. Okay, so let's address the big elephant in the room. As I have said before, sometimes you are the bug, and sometimes, well, you are the windshield. And this week, last week, I was the windshield. Very, very much so. It was one of those weeks, 2-7. Not great, Bob, as they would say. But hey, not every week is going to be great. Still have had 5 out of the 8 weeks so far this season have been winning weeks. So we are still 35-30-1. Still 5 games over 500. So there's no need to panic. And I think I also addressed what was wrong last week. If you go back and watch the video, had a backwards hat on. You want to know what? That's just poor leadership. That's not very face of the franchise. So as Colin Cowherd would say, I know he was disappointed, and my performance showed from it. So this week, much more professional and rocking the highly sought after Buffalo Plus hat. Again, we are doing a giveaway of these soon, so stay posted to that. Moving on to this week, you are only as good as your last week. And as Sean McDermott likes to say, you got to keep improving and building off your last game. So we will look to move past and get more wins than 2 this week, which I think we can because we have 8 plays on this week's card. We will start with the Bills. I will lay the big number -13 at the New York Jets. And here is why. First of all, Josh Allen as a double-digit favorite is 7-3-2 against the spread. This is a team that historically, under Sean McDermott and Josh Allen, they do not overlook opponents, especially ones they are supposed to beat and beat by a large margin. A lot of times they do just that. So I like the fact that I'm not afraid of laying the big number. The Jets defense is pretty solid, but I don't think they have faced any test. I don't think they have faced any tests like they will face with this Bills offense. I also just don't trust Zach Wilson by any means to, with no Breece Hall, with a banged up offensive line. And especially for the Bills, I don't think that any way that this is a trap spot or a look ahead game. They are winless in the division. This is a division game. They know they are playing a 5-win Jets team that is confident. And especially I think the Bills want to get right, especially offensively after their weak performance or their lackluster performance in the second half against the Packers. All of those signs point me to betting the Bills. I will lay the Bills to win by 2 touchdowns. I think on the Buffalo Plus Live, I had it as 31-13. So I will lay the big number, taking the Bills. I will also take Gabe Davis over 54.5 receiving yards. Yeah, it didn't hit for the first week in 3 weeks, but I'm not going to go away from it. I think he's a big part of this offense that gets going. When he's going, he's a big part of this offense. And the offense struggled in the second half, and it was because I don't think Gabe Davis played very well. He had a drop, a couple of penalties on the offense on his catches. So I think that there will be a sense of, hey, when this offense gets going, it's because of Gabe Davis. And obviously I think Sauce Gardner is phenomenal. And I expect him to shadow Stephon Diggs for most of this game. So I like the Gabe Davis over receiving yards right now on DraftKings. It is over 54.5. So those are the 2 plays I have in the Bills game. As we look towards the rest of the slate, I still got a 6-pack of games that aren't Bills related. I like Carolina and Cincy over 42.5. I think this number feels really low. I would have thought this number was at 46. I would have thought that's where this total would be. Carolina, I may have been wrong about them. I bet against them last week. Crazy game with the Falcons. I had the Falcons -4. They should have covered, ended up not. But still, this Panthers team, since Steve Wilks has taken over, has had a life, has had a pulse. PJ Tucker PJ, the quarterback, sorry for Carolina, I'm just drawing a blank here, has given this offense a burst. And the pieces moving around, trading Christian McCaffrey, trading Robbie Anderson, I think that has given them a sense of purpose. So their offense the last 2 weeks is averaging 27.5 points per game. PJ Walker, got it. PJ Walker. 27.5 points per game since they benched Baker Mayfield and fired their coach. I think Cincinnati is continuing to find ways to move the ball and be explosive without Jamar Chase. I think they get back on track this week. So I think both teams score in the 20s. I really like this over because I think Carolina's offense is playing better. Defense still iffy. They gave up 37 points to the Falcons last week. So I think that there is points to be had in this game. Life is too short to bet the under. I will also take the over in the Chargers-Falcons game. It is set at 49.5. Falcons are a fun team. Offensively, they can move the ball. They can score points. Defensively, they have some issues. But the big stat here, how about this for you? For the Chargers, the overs are 8-1 following a loss since Brandon Staley has been the head coach. Overs 8-1 following a loss of the Chargers. So Chargers lost. They're coming off a loss and a bye. I think the offense gets back on track. Justin Herbert gets another week to heal his ribs as those continue to improve because that's a lingering issue. I like the over 49.5 points in that one. I will take Miami minus 4.5. They're a good team. The Dolphins are a legitimate playoff team. They have talent. They are playing with confidence. They're at Chicago, who has traded away their two best players in Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn. I just don't see this defense being able to slow down a Dolphins offense. Now, Justin Fields has looked better the last few weeks, but it has got to be demoralizing for the Bears to be playing better and then to be selling away all of your pieces. Morale-wise, I think that is a tough thing to handle in the Bears locker room, while in Miami's locker room, they just traded for Bradley Chubb. They traded for a running back. They continue to say, hey, we're going to win now. We have a really good team, and we're going to go for it now. Emotionally, I think these two teams are on completely different ends of the spectrum. I will lay the small number with Miami minus 4.5 on the road. They haven't lost a game that Tua has started and finished. I think they play well. Once again, I just don't see this Bears team being able to keep up with this Dolphins offense. Tua looks like a guy that is just so comfortable and confident in what the plays are and in the offensive system. So I will take them minus 4.5. Give me the Commanders. Again, they were one of my few wins last week. Washington plus 3.5. They are at home. They're at home against the Vikings. If you can get 3.5, that's the number you want. Buy half a point if your book has it at 3. Taylor Heinicke, 8-2 as a starter against the spread. There is something that happens when Carson Wentz leaves a team or is taken out that energizes a team. I don't know how else to describe it. And Washington's defense is playing better of late. Really like this spot for Washington at home. Talk about morale. I think that stadium will actually be rocking because we've heard that Dan and Tanya Snyder are going to sell the team. So I think there's a buzz that Taylor Heinicke has provided, especially after Ron Rivera. Remember, he said what needs to improve, and it was the quarterback. Taylor Heinicke has proven that he can be that spark plug for this team. Again, 8-2 against the spread as a starter is Taylor Heinicke. So I like all of that. I liked the big favorite in Buffalo minus 13 earlier. I will take the big underdog. I will take the Titans plus 12 on Sunday night, 12.5 actually at the time of this, 12.5 at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Titans and Mike Vrabel as a dog are something that I really like. Let me find the stat for you, because Mike Vrabel is 14-4 against the spread and 13-5 straight up as an underdog of at least 4 points. So he is a underdog cashing machine. Derrick Henry has it going. I think the Chiefs win at home, but the Titans have covered 5 in a row, and the Chiefs are 0-3 against the spread at Arrowhead. 12 just feels like too many. This is a team that will not give up, a Mike Vrabel coach team. I think they want to slow this game down. They will want to muck it up. I just think that's too many points. I will take the Titans plus 12.5 to keep it close. This back door will always be open. because I think the Titans keep it close and fight hard till the end. Chiefs will win. Titans will cover. That's Sunday night. I will also take the Monday night game. Ravens, Saints, under 48.5. This is pretty much primetime unders. Primetime unders this season are 15-9-1 this season, and they're 103-75-4 over the past 4 seasons. It has been something consistent. The Saints defense came to life last week. We know the Superdome will be rocking. It is tough. I'm tempted to go with the Ravens -3, but I just don't like betting against the Saints on Monday night. This is a big spot. The Saints, they're obviously not going to have Michael Thomas again. Rashad Perriman is out for the Ravens, so I think that hurts them as well. I just don't think there's a whole lot of points in this game. I think it's a slower paced game than we may think. So I will take that under 48.5. Run through them again one time real quick. Bills -13. Gabe Davis over 54.5 receiving yards. Carolina Cincy over 42.5. Chargers Falcons over 49.5. Miami -4.5. Commanders +3.5. Titans +12.5. And Ravens Saints under 48. That would be the Monday night game. All right. Again, no panic after last week's struggles. We will get back on track this week. Again, 5 out of the 8 weeks this year, they have been profitable weeks for us as I give away free picks, trying to give away free money to all that listen. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Comment in with what you like this week and what your favorite bets are. Best of luck this weekend. We will catch you next weekend with Uncle Dan's Best Bets.